Hey everyone, it's OJ. I wasn't gonna do a show, wasn't gonna have a show, but we figured, you know what I mean. Might as well. I spent the whole day with the family, and you guys know how it is. So do a show, have a show, and I was undecided. You know what I mean. So I don't know if it was a good idea or not, but here we are. We're doing it. It's happening. 12:25. Howdy, Grand Theft. Howdy, Greg. How you guys? How you guys doing? It's Christmas. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Whatnot. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You guys are great. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're doing it, and whatnot. So, I don't know if it was the best decision to go live, but you know what I mean. So, with that being said, you know, I don't know. We shall see if this was a good decision or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like I said, spent some time with the family today. That was good. There's nothing wrong with that. How's everyone doing? How are we doing, brother? So it is what it is. My name is OJ. And that's a fact. And yeah, you know what I mean. So, right. Okay, let's watch some Tony Chase. My day's not complete unless I hear from Tony Chase. All right, so see what the government's up to. Okay. How do we start this video, huh? How do we do it? Can we do it? Can it be done? How do we do it?
December 25, 2025. And I was looking for my tomato sauce, and somebody stole my tomato sauce. Does anybody know who was in the house? And there's been...
It's definitely illegal. Some breaking in the house, stealing sauce. Am I right? Who's going to do that? In this country, with this Constitution, who would do that? Let me hit the like button on Tony's video there. He's up to 5 likes now. Okay. Wait, what are we doing again? Okay, tomato sauce.
Then clothing that is missing.
Okay.
Clothes that I wear.
Okay.
Somebody's been stealing my clothes. Somebody's been stealing my underwear. Somebody's been stealing my fucking food.
Cha.
Somebody's been damaging my face and teeth.
That's illegal.
The Indianapolis Police Department don't know who's fucking doing it. Nobody knows who's doing it, do they? But they're stealing from me every day. And they're calling me Mark Ray every fucking day. That is not my name! Any person...
illegal, in my opinion, to call Tony Mark Ray. You know what I mean? So it's got to stop. We just can't. It's not something we can accept. Okay, so it's got to stop. So
in possession of my birth identity driver's license. If you were supposed to have delivered it to me and you didn't.
And who is this Mark Ray fellow? You know what I mean? So, it's good to have these imaginations, but we gotta be, we live in a civilized society. So, basically we don't accept the Mark Ray name. We never agreed to it. So, it's not right. It's not fair in this country to do that to a good and decent man. So why do we do it? Why do we accept it? So there's nothing we should accept about that Mark Ray name, so not in this country, so my name's OJ, we're doing it. It's happening, so Right. So, Mark Ray, people like to joke around, sleaze around, but, you can't joke around with this stuff. This is serious stuff. So try not to call Mark Ray. Okay.
Not, they need to arrest you. If you are in possession of monies that I was supposed to have received and you did not give it to me.
Hey, Power, how you doing? So how you doing, Power? Hey, Cigar Joe, how you doing? We haven't seen Ray. Next time he goes to Ohio, it's a possibility. And whatnot. So, yeah, nothing's off the.
Or even tell me about it. You need to get arrested, whoever the fuck you are. These people sneaking into the house and stealing things from me and then calling me a fake and damaging.
Yeah, it's not right. Yeah, it's not going to fly.
My body and face and teeth. Every fucking one of their people need to get prosecuted for 100% attempts of murder and for the murder of my mother. And if they were involved in the murder of my father.
Oh, it's Tony's.
They must get prosecuted.
Right. Yeah, so it's undebatable. It's not something we can accept in this double verse. These are facts.
And
we don't accept it. There's nothing we can accept about that. Not today. Not any day. You know what I mean? So, we do not accept that. Not today. Not tomorrow. Let's see what else Tony has to say. He's a good and decent man.
And how you guys doing? And there has to be lawsuits against the United States government for altering my pictures and altering my face with their satellites and terrorizing my life. And the U.S. government and the accusators that accused me of ever threatening any president, they know that I have always had royal diplomatic immunity. And the fact,
and that's true. Anyone that states that Tony doesn't have the royal immunity, it needs to be brought to a concentration camp. It needs to be caught. Gulag, something like that. 30 years in an 8x8 cell would be much too luxurious for them. So, we'll get back. We'll circle back. We'll circle the wagons back on that.
Fact of them threatening me with their accusations means the presidents and every president involved has to be sued and prosecuted for treason. Check to see if my father owned.
Hey, Kim, how you doing? Thanks for being here. You're number one. Appreciate everyone being here. We're talking to Tony Chase here. We're watching Tony Chase on the screen here. And we learned a little bit about the government. Merry Christmas, Kim. Merry Christmas, everyone. You know what I mean? So,
the White House.
Right.
Or any other Washington, D.C. buildings or any famous landmarks. See if my mother or father or grandparents owned any historic property in America.
Right.
And prosecute every person that has ever accusated about me, where they have accused me of threatening the president. And how did the president ever get involved in my life?
It's not going to fly. You mess with Tony and you mess with the whole devil. It's just not. It's just facts. Some people don't like to deal with facts, but facts are facts. So, with that being said, don't mess with Tony Chase. Don't mess with the government, man. You're messing with the wrong guy on the wrong day if you're messing with Tony Chase or anyone of his friends or my friends. Brother, they're your friends too. So let's see what else Tony's got to say.
There are royal treasury documents that says the president is not allowed to harass me. And any person that harasses me from his administration must be arrested.
And check to see who is the largest oil tycoon in America. See if it's me. See if I own the most oil companies in America, or if my parents or grandparents did. Which means I'm the only child of my parents, and I'm the grandchild of my grandparents. Same thing with energy companies or gas stations or grocery stores.
Right. It's just how I agree with so I agree with them. I agree. So let's see what else he's gonna say.
Or TV stations or radio stations or newspapers. Every president that has ever tried to hurt me or held me hostage. There are time and dates when they kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions several times during the 80s.
Right.
So in reference,
it's not. I don't recommend people to do that. It's not. We don't endorse that stuff here. Right. So
to any president trying to murder me or anybody else that tried to murder me, claiming they thought their beloved president was an honest person. Check to see if there was ever any restraining orders on anybody of those families or any police records of them stalking me.
Yeah, well, we got to get the records. We got to foil them or, no matter what, we got to get the records. It's going to be an open and shut case. And these are facts.
And prosecute and sue the president that accused me. And sue them again for not paying for the first lawsuits of them trying to murder me, and check to see if they are any of the people that are on the hate club list that was involved in harassing my mother or father or the maids or butlers or security personnel back in the day when my father got murdered or when my mother got murdered, or see if the government harassed any of the maids or butlers on any of the properties. See if they stole any monies or gifts or finances at any time ever back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, or the years of 2000. And the person that accused me of ever threatening the...
Right. People that accuse Tony, I mean, it's a bit much, so why are we doing it? It's got to stop.
President must be arrested. And obviously, the person just communicated it 10...
Merry Christmas, John's Ear Mites. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you and all. And Rancho, how you doing, brother? Ho, ho, ho. We'll see what happens.
It's 10:41 p.m. on 12/24/2025. And that satellite controller just communicated accusing me of threatening the president again. So that's like a 900 octatrillion or multi-trillion-dollar lawsuit, and they've never paid once. But they've all tried to murder me, accusing me of threatening the president, whoever the ones that are involved in this situation. Check to see which president was stealing the monies from the Osgood slaughter injury that the U.S. government had caused me back in the 80s.
Yeah, people have been messing with Tony for what? Since the 80s, like 40 years? What is that? What is that? In America. In this country. How can you do that? How can you feel good about that in this country? What's wrong with this prosecutor? I think their case is full of holes. I think their case is full of quicksand.
Check the time and date and race and religion of the president or his accusators. And that president must be arrested. See if he's ever threatened any other person of my race or religion, claiming that they had threatened him, whoever he is. Every person accusing me of threatening them must be ordered into court. The man just communicated saying he was an agent of the U.S. Secret Service. That's very interesting.
It has got to stop. Satellite controllers are way out of jurisdiction. We don't recognize their jurisdiction.
I'm a royal of this country, and I outrank the president. That royal protocol in the media even tells you why. So, that lawsuit got even larger, didn't it? Check to see if the president that accused me of these things was ever in any of my companies or stores or camps.
Right. We're gonna check the records, and we're gonna set the record straight. And there's gonna be consequences to the satellite man, the government man, and everyone. That's a fact.
Campaigned on any of the properties at any time ever. You gotta get all the information of who, what, when, and where, and how many properties they trespassed on, how many times they shot at me, how many times they injured me, how many diamonds they tried to steal from my body if they stole any diamonds.
And, that's important because for them to run around stealing diamonds, I mean, that's just a little too much. That's just a little too far, brother.
How many times they hit me in the teeth trying to make me threaten them.
Right.
Those people need to get ordered into court for their
That's right.
lives.
Definitely court. I say you take them right to the gulags, but I understand we got procedure. We got at least have a kangaroo court and throw them in jail. Throw away the key. Lock them away.
And the government has to get sued for every day that those people have been free in this country, meaning like they should have been behind bars the first accusation they ever made. And don't forget, I'm a royal female hermaphrodite. And check to see if any of those.
I don't really understand anything about that, but that's your privilege. That's what you are, Tony. We support you 1,000%. Okay, so that's just the way it is. My name's OJ, and we support you through thick and thin, good and bad. You know what I mean? So it's just how it is. So yeah.
President stole any of my sperm or rendered me unconscious,
right,
or had any of their men attacking me or ever touching me or trespassing or stealing any of my property or damaging any property, they must be arrested. The Pentagon can arrest them. The United Nations can arrest them for their accusations and all their fucking lies. And they must get prosecuted.
They do. The thing is, they do lie too much. We don't accept that. Never. Never once do we accept that. Wrong day. You got the wrong guy on the wrong day. If you think we're going to accept that, and the devil is also, fact.
And they must get sued, because I've never even called them to threaten them. Every phone call that I make is recorded.
Right.
I don't write letters to people.
Right.
Reference to websites where I wrote to the White House about getting tortured from satellite.
Right. And did they ever write back? Let's see.
There is photos of the writings that I wrote.
Right.
Never once was any of them threatening to the president.
And
anybody retyping or altering any of the typing.
And that's your privilege if you want to write to the White House, and so like you said, they weren't threatening and they still went nuts. And Right. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Can't get arrested and prosecuted for attempts of murder. Because, see, you know how dangerous the dirty American president could be. Obviously, they've tried to murder me since I was a little kid. Anybody that has been
I agree. I agree with power. They respond via skull transmission. So, they're not playing by the same rules as us. So we got to keep that in mind. Right.
Harassing or abusing me or stealing from me or holding me hostage in the past 33 years. Find out the time and date this president claimed he was threatened. And he must be sued for several trillions of dollars every single day that he premeditated his way of trying to steal my mother and father's royal hermaphrodite estates. And the president has to get sued for falsifying that he claimed.
Yeah, well, he's got to be accountable, so if he's not accountable, then, we got problems. So, it's got to be accountable for your actions.
His value was as much as my royal hermaphrodite value.
Right.
And this man trying to steal from me and holding me hostage in Indiana after they had kidnapped me from over 2,300.
Just a reminder, if you want to go ahead and hit the like and hit the subscribe. If not, we don't want to send the satellite man or the government after you guys. So, if you want to do that, appreciate it. I'll even hit the like on Tony's video, and, we'll have a good day if that happens. If not, I can't guarantee what's going to happen.
100 miles away in California or any other place or anything they ever said or any accusations they ever made from any of their people. The government has to get sued, and they have to get sued several times every time that they have not paid me any compensation for their goddamn lies.
Right. So,
slay the season with savings at Monroe Auto Service and Tire Centers. Get buy 3, get 1 on select Cooper tire.
See what else Tony Chase do, so Tony Chase, good and decent man. Don't call him Mark Ray. You don't like that. My name is OJ. It's OJ in the afternoon. I hope everyone's having a great Christmas and whatnot, brothers.
And how you guys doing? And put these government people in court for trying to claim that cigarettes was narcotics, or them claiming that cigarettes was contraband.
Well, the government's been lying on Tony for, I can't even count the years, brother. So why they do it? Why they think they can get away with it? It's something that's got to be. They got to be held accountable. They think just because they're the government, they could do that. I'm here to say it's not going to happen, brother. Thank you for the comment.
Or paraphernalia of drugs when they're just regular cigarettes. And these people damaging people's faces and teeth. The government satellite men should get the death penalty with no problem at all.
Right.
Every single one of these fucking people that's been hitting me in the face and teeth, there's absolutely no reason or any legal right for them to ever touch me at all.
That's right. I agree with Tony. We got attorneys to handle, that if things get out of hand. And these are facts. Hit the like and subscribe, brothers.
People that are doing this, they might have investigations on somebody else. That's something else. Them damaging or messing up my face or mouth or trying to make me stutter. No, they're not allowed to do that. See, there's special laws in certain classes of history of things about who people are that no matter what you're trying to do, you sure in the fuck ain't got no right touching any parts of my body,
Right.
man.
Right.
And there's documents that tell you why.
And we have those documents. We have people looking through them right now. So, don't try it. It's the wrong day to mess with Tony Chase. It's not Mark Ray, it's Tony Chase.
Why? The fact of you doing these things to me, Baywatch. The fact of you making any excuse, claiming you thought you would mutilate other people's beauty and other people's teeth and other people's races that naturally have prettier teeth and bigger teeth.
Yeah, we're not falling for that. Not today.
Than yours. Your race of people that are doing this thought you could easily just make up cigarettes when cigarettes are not the problem. A person's teeth don't have any health problems. It's you burning their mouths with satellite.
Right. Yeah. Satellite controllers. I mean, not to state the obvious, but they're out of control. So, it's just the way that it is. So, we're not gonna let it fly today.
And you grabbing them and rendering them unconscious and raping them and then fucking up their
right. Yeah, it's not good. You're not good, satellite man. You're not good, chemical man, or whatever. Government man, so it's not. I'm not gonna let it fly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not gonna get them out of their. It's not good. It's not good.
Your teeth. Look at the information about every PSA of any person that's been raped by cops or government agents. Their teeth are always damaged because the motherfucker's doing it.
Detroit by Dark. For your Zoom out compression, you have to treat the lady KB poorly. On X-Men, the Z-Man is losing it. I'll have to check that out. Thank you very much. Detroit by Dark. Thank you, brother. Happy holidays, the Merry Christmas or whatnot, and I hope you're having a great Christmas. Hope you have a great day, whatnot. Yeah, this is OJ in the afternoon, brother.
And are satellite controllers and government people most of the time. They're the ones burning people's teeth, burning and messing up people's looks. Because they're the fucking...
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, brothers.
Rapists that are working in law enforcement or working in branches of government.
Right.
That are fucking up people's faces and teeth. Like an illegal army of satellite controllers invading the country. You better leave my teeth.
Right. You can see the satellite man is definitely doing something to Tony's teeth. And we won't rest until he is found, stopped, and defeated, brother. So don't worry, Tony. We're not going to let you suffer like that.
In face and mouth alone, government man. I won't have a problem executing you, you piece of shit. You think you outrank me in this country in reference to my rights and my beauty and my anatomy, don't you? You think you outrank me in my...
Government man, you got a lot to learn, brother. So, you don't talk to Tony Chase like that. You don't think you're ever better than him because you're not, brother.
Family history of wealth, don't you? If you were found guilty of stealing my money, you can get the death penalty. Do you understand that, government man? I am not your child. I am not your property, and I do not have any obligation to your financial problems. And you stole money from my friends.
Right. So, it's got to stop. It's just borders on what's it border on? Borders on the theater of the absurd. So you got to stop, government man. Enough is enough. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? You know what I mean? So stop it, government man. Hit like and subscribe.
You stole money from people that tried to send me money so I can leave this city. You must get tried for your crimes, government man. If they catch you trying to exaggerate or trying to make up any lies of any effects of cigarettes, trying to call them contraband, trying to claim you are a higher class than people because of the cigarettes that they smoked was regular cigarettes, you claimed that you were a higher class than people that smoked cigarettes, government man?
Right, government. Don't run around thinking you're better than people. It's not a good look. You're not good. You're not good. It's not gonna work. You're not good. You can't trust the government nowadays. You can't trust the satellite man nowadays. So, these are facts. All right. So, let's see what else Tony's got to say.
Do you understand that? You think that you're a higher class of person because you don't smoke cigarettes when other people do, when they're legal cigarettes. When it's something legal, asshole, it doesn't change your position.
Right. So why is he doing it? Why do you think that's okay? The government, it's got to be brought to justice. And it's not going to work. Not going to happen. My name is OJ. This is OJ in the afternoon. Hit like and subscribe. We're not going to take this. It's getting out of hand. So the government will be brought to his doom. Government will be brought to justice. We don't accept this. There ain't nothing we accept about this. So, why is he doing it? A good and decent man like Tony Chase, government man, he'll meet his doom. 30 years in a concrete box might teach him a lesson. Concrete tomb, concrete 8x8 cell. What the government is going to encounter if he doesn't let up. So, which Rancho, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, of course, all the time. So the government, we'll get justice for Tony. It might take some time, but the government will meet his doom. And right, well, so it's up for debate. I think, yeah, you're right. Hopefully, you're talking about the government. He'll be, meet another planet, whatnot. And Cigarette Jones, what y'all? Don't forget, like and subscribe. It helps out a brother.
Does it make you a higher class of person with your tricks or your abuses, asshole? And you're violating the royal class of my family, and you must get tried and prosecuted. You think you're funny messing up a person's teeth because you wanted to claim to be better than that person? You wanted to claim you were smarter than that person? You thought you had a right messing up anybody's looks because you don't?
Has no right in this country. No right in this Devilverse. You got the dog barking. You got OJ barking. We will protect you, Tony Chase.
Smoke cigarettes? Do these people smoke cigarettes standing in front of your face? No, they don't, do they? But you're burning their face right in front of their own face with your fucking satellite. You better learn to keep your hands to yourself and turn your satellite off, or somebody's going to have a right to kill you or to put you on trial for treason anyways.
You'll put them on notice for sure, brother.
You don't own people in this country, and your satellite doesn't own me, and it doesn't own other people either.
Not going to work.
Better watch yourself, government man.
Bad day, brother.
It's been explained every which way that you can.
Satellite man, what is he trying to prove? Isn't that getting old? Find a new victim. Satellite man. Why are you doing it? So. I don't accept that. I don't like what he's doing to Tony Chase. I know you guys don't like it either, so why is he doing it? Why does he think it's okay in the Devilverse? So Tony's he's trying to live, trying to be a good guy. Yeah, he's trying to be, he's trying to fix up the Montana, and the Satellite Man is running around, trying to call the shots, and it's just not okay. It's not okay today. It's not okay tomorrow. It's not okay in this Devilverse. There's nothing okay about it. So these are facts. All right. So, facts are facts, brother.
Think of to leave people alone, and you haven't. So somebody needs to bring in military weaponry to stop your ass.
Right. We'll bring in the weapons. We'll get it done. Allegedly, YouTube terms and whatnot.
And how you guys doing? This is very important in reference to the crimes of false investigations.
Ho, ho, ho. Detroit by Dark, thank you for the $2. OJ, can you explain your sudden turn of heart with OJ? Well, wait for it. Wait for it, brother, because, you think you know what's going on, and all of a sudden, if I turn on him, I'm not saying I'm going to do that, but if I do, be ready for it. Whoa, where'd your comments go? There we go. Be ready. It might happen. It might not. Thank you so much for the $2. Detroit Bar Dark. Yeah, let's see here. Son of Billy Whatnot says Satellite Man turned into Val Kilmer. Rancho, maybe the Donk's lawyer will step in. This is Tony, maybe. Does Tony know Ava? I don't think so. I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned here. Don't know.
Sexual assault, rape, mutilations, terrorism, attempts of murder, lifelong injuries, scarring, bruising, bent bones, bent spinal cord, tailbone injuries, hip injuries.
Oh, wow. Is that all from the Satellite Man? That's a lot of injuries.
In reference to satellite technology that they say they're not using. The invisible fire. Don't let the invisible fire burn, my friend. You ever seen that in Talladega Nights? Yeah, a lot of people know about satellite shit. These government people claimed they were doing some investigation when they kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions, right? What was the investigation? Every day that this has been going on for over 32, 33 years, this man has claimed he was doing some investigation, fucking up and damaging my royal beauty and hermaphrodite looks. Did you claim your investigation was to see how you could fuck up another person's face and teeth? Your investigation was about what? Every single day. Need over 10,000 days of answers of what these people's investigation claims.
Well, we'll get them, Tony. Don't worry. And, so hit the like and subscribe. I just hit the like on Tony's video. Hopefully you guys can do the same. Reach this out to more people. Get those satellite controllers rolling, brother. Satellite Man is a fool. I agree with Rancho here. It is what it is. His teeth look okay, power advices. I agree. No, it's perfect. And, yeah.
And need over 10,000 documents of warrants of every single day that they have been spying on me. You better provide something. If you didn't have warrants, you're going to get the death penalty because you've cost me years of my life, blocking me from my friends, blocking me from my careers, slandering my character, sexually assaulting, mutilating me, causing damage. And if you were involved in the murder of my parents, you're going to be put on trial for that too. So,
You hitting me in the mouth is an investigation about what? Oh, and another thing. Anybody that ever called me violent can get the death penalty. Don't ever call me violent. I'm a pretty person. Pretty people are usually not violent people now, are they, motherfucker? Oh, but you thought you'd fuck up somebody's teeth and face to make them violent, didn't you?
Right.
You know what Royal 007 status means, man? Royal.
Right. So, Tony's a royal. You don't mess with Tony Chase and lie about it. How could you do that? Good faith. How could you do that? How could you feel good about that? This country. With this Constitution. With the Bill of Rights. With the Magna Carta. How can you do that in good faith? How can you feel good about that in America?
007 status. You know what it means, pig shit? Dirty government man? Trashy motherfucker? You think you had a right touching me, don't you? You mistaked my identity for over 33 plus years, even back in the 80s, when your people had kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions, and when you had kidnapped me from a school before when I was going to school. Do you think you had a right touching me?
I don't. He doesn't have a right. It's wrong in America.
You thought you had probable cause. A Nazi thought he had probable cause to kidnap me from my royal...
I don't like Nazis, just for the record. I know you guys probably don't like Nazis either, so, it's not good. It's just not good.
Mother and father's royal private property. That's fucking hilarious, isn't it? Every day has to be explained, and every day that I have been blocked from my mother and father's mansions has to be explained in detail. Every day that this person has been trying to steal my identity, it has to be explained. He's not my race. It's illegal to steal other people's identities of my race. It's illegal to steal my identity. It's illegal to try to steal my status.
Right.
It's illegal to try to cover up status. The whole situation has to be explained in detail.
Right, so Rancho's right. It's 80s and Ray is down with the ladies. Yeah, okay, which are. And yeah. So, Mommy, Daddy, where are you? I agree. And yeah, this is what we're dealing with.
When and where, why, and exact times and locations for all their shit they have done. The years of them stealing my postal mail. The years of these Nazis thinking they had a right making up an investigation to damage my face and teeth. Where's the record of you claiming somebody had fake teeth? Your fucking race has probably the most dentures in the whole country. So who the fuck are you to be messing up my teeth? Who are you? Where is your warrant?
Right, definitely not fair. Definitely not something that should be happening or is legal. And we're not going to stand by and let it happen.
What made you think you had a right burning my teeth? What race are you? What religion are you? You better explain it all, man. Because if the courts say that I can put you to death for what you've done to me, that might be what...
Right. So we're going to be listening for that. What the courts say. Hit like and subscribe. In the meanwhile, folks.
You get. I'm warning you, man, to leave me the fuck alone. And I need information of who, what, when, and where is blocking me from my royal identification. I have not received any of them if they've sent them from any other cities and states. And all cities and states need to file labor.
I agree. Think we're going to let them escape their justice? Think we're going to let them escape their obligations in this country? It's not going to happen.
Labor hostage crimes, labor trafficking crimes against the government, where they have stolen my money when people and the companies had tried to send monies. I haven't even received any monies from human rights, not even from my own race or from any of my friends. Because, see, some of my race might ask one of my friends to try to send money under their name. And that's me, like, sending it to me as a friend letter. They stole that, too, whoever sent anything. Haven't received anything from human rights. And why is that? Haven't received anything from my mother or father's properties or companies.
Right. You know, where's the money go? Why isn't he? Why hasn't he got the money? That's my question. And we're not. I'm going to just sit here and let it happen. It's unexcusable.
Or even from the Catholic Church or Jewish Church or anything. Why is that? And I'm tax-free. The government owes me money that they owed to my father.
I wish I was tax-free. Am I right?
And plus the lawsuits in reference to the government murdering my parents. Then my parents was frozen. Which they might come back to life. So in reference to the information, who is this government man thinking
we definitely got to find out who government man is. Why is he doing what he's doing? You just leave Tony alone. And, everything will be okay. So, leave him alone. He's good and decent, man.
he had a right burning my teeth? He's still burning my teeth right now. Who are you to take a person's time or to be mutilating a person because you wanted to make up curiosity of damaging a person's beautiful teeth? I am a historic person of my race and wealth status of my race. My parents was two of the richest people of our race.
Right. And, we're talking like, really rich. So, it's got to stop. So we'll make it happen. It's got to stop someday. Let's make it today.
That I come from, that my parents came from, that my grandparents came from. So who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? If you called me violent and you were hitting me in the face to see if somebody would act out violence, I'll have legal right to put you to death, motherfucker.
Right. So the people better watch out because he's got the legal right. He doesn't want to have to use it, but just stop it. Stop it. You're hurting a good and decent man with your crimes. Stop your crimes. And, so, we don't want to have to take this to court.
You thought your way was to check people's teeth by grabbing them and rendering them unconscious? If you ever called me a drug user, you can get the death penalty. If you ever damaged my teeth trying to call me a drug user or an alcoholic, you can get the death penalty. All my expenditures are documented, motherfucker. And they have been the whole time. So if you make up drugs, or you make up alcoholism, or you make up gingivitis, or you made up diabetes or lactose intolerant shit, or have you even tried to make up osteoporosis? Any ailments of any fucking kind can get you the death penalty, motherfucker.
Right, so
just fucking remember that, you son of a bitch. And your race has to get charged for trying to play human testing and trying to play your medical fucking scams of damaging my...
Right. So it's not good. It's not right in America. Why would he do that? So why would you think that's okay in this country to do that? Too good, decent man.
And how you guys doing? That satellite man's still hitting me in the teeth here. That man did it for like over 15 hours yesterday, hitting me in the face and teeth over 15 hours or whatever it was. The satellite man is doing this even when I was sleeping today.
Not good.
And they're still doing it right now. They're hitting me right there. And in reference to the crimes of government and satellite controllers, those satellite controllers must be charged for attempts of.
Right. I agree. At some point, they must be charged. We can't let them run around, do what they got to do. So it's just not right.
Murder for trying to boss people around that have no obligation to their fucking satellite controllers, no obligation to their government people, no obligation to their fucking race to be puppets of any of their satellite shit. This government man must be prosecuted for hitting me in the face and teeth for over 25 years. Billions of times they have been hitting me in the face. Every second, there's 86,000 seconds, the rest of my mouth, in a day, plus. Over 86,000 seconds in a day. So when that satellite man's burning on you, riding on you, that's the amount of time. Or like every second's like 2 hits of them hitting you in the face and teeth with the satellite.
Right.
Or them hitting me in the face and teeth with the satellite. Do you understand that? And in reference to government, they must be put on trial. These politicians must get.
And why is this keep happening? Is this supposed to be a free country? Supposed to be able to do what you got to do, but the government, man, you just going too far. How far is too far? This is too far. This isn't right in America. This isn't right what they're doing in this country with these politicians, with this Bill of Rights, with the Constitution. How about no respect for the Magna Carta? Hit the like and subscribe.
Put on trial for trying to boss people around that have no obligation to them. They're satellite controllers, they're branches of government, the NSA, the CIA, FBI, or any other fucking branch of government that falsified, claiming that I had obligations to their people. You better stay out of my mouth. You're getting executed, you fucking piece of shit. Stay out of my face. Don't touch me. I have absolutely no obligation to any of your people. None whatsoever. And you can get the death penalty for fabricating that you thought I had an obligation to you.
And, we're not just saying, you're getting the death. You're getting the death penalty. We're not just, you can't run around poking and prodding people. It's not gonna fly, so why are you doing it? Why do you think it's okay?
Or anybody of your family, or anybody of your fucking race, or anybody of your administration. You can get put on trial for the
ho ho ho. Merry Christmas, Brian. Brian, I can't see the name here. Brian, Merry Christmas, Brian. And Chad, he says, thank you very much. Merry Christmas. And hopefully everyone's hitting the like and subscribe. It's great everyone's here. Appreciate that.
The death penalty for falsifying obligation. And you can get the death penalty, motherfucker. Don't try to falsify obligations on me, motherfucker. And you better turn your fucking satellite the fuck off.
Right. That's the thing. If you have a satellite, turn it off.
You better put it on somebody else in your fucking race. I'm not from your race or religion. I am not from your race or religion. And you better quit making me stutter, motherfucker.
Right. That's going a little too far. About why are you doing that to Tony? Why, stop making him stutter. All right. So
I have no obligation to you at all, you piece of shit government motherfucker. And you should get put on trial for execution.
Right. So, these are facts once again. So why are you doing it? Why do you think that's okay in America?
And prosecute the satellite controller for hitting me in the teeth and charge the satellite controller for choking me on the Tostino's pizza. I have Italian family history. Find out if this satellite man has Italian history. And any other history these people have. And don't forget, my family employed a lot of different people in America, and I'm not going to tolerate your political ambushing of my life.
Right. We definitely have to find out where they're coming from, why they're doing what they're doing. It's not right. You know what I mean? It's not. They're not going to escape justice.
Life. If you are a politician and you have violated my life or my property or my ownership, or you stole anything from me, you're going to have to get prosecuted no matter what. If you are a racist and you tried to call me a racist as your way of attacking me to try to cover your ass and your lies and tricks as it is catching up to you, dirty government man.
Well, they know the government, they definitely play dirty tricks, so why do they do it? Why do they feel good about that? How could they feel good about that in this country? Okay.
You're going to be put on trial for your crimes. If you've done anything to me or blocked me from living my life in any way, government man, you are going to be charged no matter what. I don't have nothing to do with your life or your career. And my life and my ownership of what I own has nothing to do with your problems in your life. If you thought you were going to make up some reverse racism shit or government shit, or you were conspiring or had meetings with anybody else that was conspiring against me, you can be charged for conspiring against me. I'm not your friend, dirty government man. If you tried to call me a racist, you must get cited in reference to a citation or a subpoena and ordered into court. I have nothing to do with you starting your life or you getting into people's lives and starting up this racism shit, thinking everybody had to prove to you that they're not a racist. I'm not obligated to prove nothing to you. And you're probably jealous because I have more billionaire.
Right. You can't trust the government, man. You can't let them get away with this stuff.
African-American friends than you. And you are probably a black person or an African-American person. And you're jealous because a lot of people have made money at my companies in reference to investments or people that in the entertainment industry that have made money. And you're jealous because there's other black people in this country that are not in politics.
You're not good, government man. You're not good.
Politics that are richer than you and that are richer than the black president that was in office and had 2 terms of office, which his political career as a president is over. If he is involved in terrorizing my life prior to his presidency, during his presidency, or after his presidency, he must get charged for treason. Same thing with any other person, even if you're a white president. I don't give a fuck. If you have done something to my body or had been hitting me with satellites or calling me out like you were trying to make up shit on me, as you were trying to murder me with your socialism or your conformity, you must get...
Right. We're not going to accept any of that stuff. So, it's not good. You're not good if so not going to accept it.
Prosecuted for violating the Constitution of America and violating royal law and the laws of Elliot Ness. You don't have a right throwing your voice at me from your fucking satellite. You don't have a right making up lies about my teeth. Do you claim that you own farms in America, government man? Do you eat
I think Bill Gates owns most of the farms, unfortunately. Am I right?
food from this country, government man? You don't have a right targeting me or damaging my teeth, government man. Do you own any farms? My family owned farms in America. Dairy farms, fruit farms, vegetable farms, livestock farms, and some other things. If you ever touched my body or my teeth, you must appear in court. If you ever hit me with satellite transmissions, you must appear in court no matter what color you are, no matter what race you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter how tall or short you are, no matter how old or young you are. You must appear in court.
Right. Yeah. You can take anyone to court. So he's got to go to court. There's no way around it. So why does he think he doesn't have to do it?
For trying to hurt me, trying to damage my life, damaging things, and trying to steal from me with your social tricks. If you've done something to me or stole something from me or you're in possession of something that belongs to me, you need to appear in court. If you stole any royal vehicles, royal cars, royal postal mail, royal monies, or if you damaged anything of my royal skin. See, my skin is beautiful too, motherfucker. Yours might be beautiful.
Right. He's got good skin. So we're not trying to take that away from him. And hopefully the government man isn't trying to take that away either. But he's got to stop. How much could a man take in this country, in America? How could he do it? And why?
But if you're damaging mine, you need to appear in court. I don't give a fuck what you think, who you are, and I'm not underneath your political title. And I won't ever be under your political title. I am a royal hermaphrodite. Do you understand that? If you ever damaged something on my body because you got excited around your friends and you wanted to push a bunch of buttons, or you wanted to steal something because you wanted to try to make a name for yourself among your friends, we're going to evaluate your portfolio of who the fuck you think you are, how long you've been in this country, and what you've tried to do terrorizing my life. And you can face the death penalty, no matter what color or shade you.
And they should, it should face the death penalty. Should be in jail until it happens, but one step at a time. All right.
You are. I am not obligated to you. And if you're trying to pick on me because my family was large landowners in this country, there's other countries where people come from, where there are people that are landowners. You're not even my race or religion, and you're picking on me because what my family owns in America. We need to find out where the fuck you're from, what race and religion you are, and maybe send your ass out of this country so you.
Now we're talking, so we're not going to take any nonsense from the government, man, brother. It's got to stop. When's it going to stop?
You can pick on your own fucking race and the country you fucking came from, or that your family originated from, or your history originated from, and you can argue with the people of the fucking country your fucking heritage is from. Don't come into America and pick on me because of what my family owned. Go back to the country you came from and pick on your own fucking race, you fucking piece of shit. You fucking thieves, you murderers, and you're terrorists.
So at one point, it's got to stop. If it's not going to stop, we got to make it stop.
Terrorists. And you should get put to death or put in prison for your fucking crimes.
Right. So yeah, I agree. At one point, you just got to stop the madness here. Madness must stop.
And the satellite controller is still hitting me right here really hard. They have to get charged for erosion crimes and trying to mutilate and trying to set booby traps, them messing with.
Hey, Coach Mike, welcome. Starting to sound like I'm key. Well, yeah, thank you. Please hit like and subscribe, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for coming. Back to the Satellite Man.
With things, them hitting things, and then they're trying to make a person think that it was some type of health problem when they've caused it with a satellite. They've tried to do these things with numerous things, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
These people need to get prosecuted for illegal surveillance. Where's your warrant? All your satellite shit, you're going to face the death penalty for satelliting me and burning me without a warrant. First of all, it's illegal to burn a person with a warrant too, man. You better quit messing with them.
Right. So it makes me sad when they do this to Tony, a good and decent man. Facts, brother.
Mouth, man. I swear somebody's going to put something in your mouth. It's going to fucking blow your fucking head off your shoulders or something.
Well, let's not talk like that, Tony, okay? Let's just settle down. Whatnot.
You better just leave my mouth alone. They can sniper you to kill you, to stop you from torturing me and for all the shit you've done to me all these years. There is legal right to kill you. They should have executive orders in the military.
At least put him in jail for now, and we'll sort it out. See what's going on in his head, the head of his.
To have you killed for burning my teeth and face. You won't have no way of trying to claim you thought you would benefit from damaging my body. I don't owe you nothing. I am not your friend, and you need to get charged for putting debts on me, falsifying debts on me as your way of surveillancing me, as your way of stealing my genetics. These motherfuckers are those motherfuckers that try to say, he wants your firstborn. He wants your children. You need to die. I'm not playing your shit. They need to execute you. And another thing of importance, your activity of burning my face.
Like I said, Tony, let's just settle down with the you need the whatnot, so this is YouTube. They don't like that stuff. And, so try to do that.
And teeth, claiming you thought that my teeth was fake when you're a motherfucker that wears dentures and you copied my teeth and you copied them on photographs and you altered photographs trying to make your teeth look like mine as your way of sexually assaulting me or terrorizing me or spying on me. You should face the death penalty. My teeth are real, motherfucker. They're real right now, too. They've been real my whole life. How long have you had dentures, motherfucker? Did you get those dentures from one of my father's dentist offices? You better show up in court, motherfucker. What race are you?
Right. If you call the court, you want to show up. It's just respectful to the court. Yeah. All right. We're going to continue this later, folks. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great night. Merry Christmas, folks.